Well, the Leadership Academy is designed so that it can be very experiential and yet very deep and broad in terms of leadership. So we're not talking about how to get elected, how to run a meeting, or any of those kinds of skill, nitty-gritty things that sometimes are important, but more of the foundational aspect of leadership in the sense that your perspective that you have on what being a leader is will influence all those other things more than anything else. And so we spend a great deal of time talking about how they see themselves as a leader and then how they see working with other people in that context. And so through experiential, we have some video interactive things, and then a panel discussion where we invite guests to come in and share their perspective on leadership. So business leaders, nonprofit leaders, we've had a nun and school principal, and just a variety of different people sharing their perspective on leadership, what they learn that means to themselves, and then what it means in terms of leading other people. Business Professionals of America, both at a state level, where I've done some work, and a national level, is an interesting cross between the nitty-gritty skills of business and the things that they're learning, and yet the context of working with other people and being a leader. That's part of their mission statement, is to develop that leadership in students. And a lot of people talk about that. It's in a lot of mission statements for many student organizations. Unfortunately, what it ends up meaning is how to get elected, how to run a meeting, and they miss the opportunity to talk about what is being a leader from their student perspective, and then how does that relate to what you'll need in the workforce. And so if we know that people tend to learn things like that early in their life and carry it through as they get older, maybe we should deal with that at an early age in life. And that's what I admire about Business Professionals of America, in the sense that they take that on not only as part of their mission, but also their quest, and they're actively pursuing that in all kinds of levels, whether it be the collegiate folks that come back, the high school students, or even the junior high middle school students who attend this conference, all get us an opportunity to experience some of that leadership development. Our goal is to reinforce that mission of leadership development at all levels, and yet reach students at an appropriate developmental level. And so it's a similar message, but it's brought to life in different ways, whether it be through different activities or a different sequence of games, experiential metaphors for learning, if you will, so that we can get students to kind of figure it out for themselves. There are too many people telling kids what they should do and when they should do it, and then they wonder why kids don't do it on their own. Well, it's because you've always told them what to do and when to do it, and they've never had an opportunity to figure it out for themselves and take the initiative on their own without someone prodding them. And if someone's always prodding them or telling them what to do and when to do it, that's not leadership development, that's followership development. And so we have a whole bunch of kids in this world who are really good at following directions, no question. But when it comes to taking the initiative on their own, they're at a loss because there's always been someone there to do that for them. Like a teacher's always told me, or the coach has always told me. So the neat thing about this organization is there is an intentional goal of trying to get students to figure that out on their own, to pay attention and respond appropriately, get involved in what's going on, and make something happen, so that they're setting the example in the organization at that peer level. Being in education doing this, there's such a press for accountability and standards, which are very important, and yet there's also a place for some of the skills that some people might label as soft skills, but are really the hardest skills to teach and train in a workforce. And these students are gaining so many of those. I would say the number one comment we get in the Leadership Academy from advisors and the business people who come in is, man, I wish I learned some of this stuff when I was younger, because I would be so far ahead of the game right now. It's taken me X number of years to figure some of this stuff out. And if these students even gain a 10th or a 20th of what they're getting here, they'll be so much further along than I ever was. That's what Business Professionals of America does for the students who get involved.